Now, to show you how the law of supply can be represented through market demand schedule and the demand curve, I here have shown you a market demand schedule where in the first column price is plotted, price of say milk per liter in rupees. This is the quantity demanded of individual A in the market. This is the quantity demanded of individual B. Now, what is the demand of A at price rupees 10 per liter? As you see, price is gradually rising, thereby obeying the law of demand. The demand has to fall since they are inversely related. Accordingly, at price 10 per liter, individual A demands only 5 liter of milk. Just say we have considered the commodity milk. Similarly, at 12, his demand falls to 4. At 14, his demand falls to 3 and so on. Similarly, for individual B, we find C 4, 3, 2, 1. So, these are the individual demand. But in a market, there are many individuals and the market demand will be obtained by adding up the individual demand for the respective price. So, at rupees 10 per liter, if I add the demand of A and B, what do I get? 5 plus 4, 9. At rupees 12, demand is again added, 4 plus 3, 7. Then at rupees 14, 3 plus 2, 5 and 2 plus 1, 3. So, this gives me the market demand. So, this entire table which shows you the market demand at different alternative prices is the market demand schedule. Now, if I plot this individual schedules and market demand schedule in a graph paper, taking demand in the x-axis and price in the y-axis, I will be getting a negatively sloped curve which is called the demand curve. Why negatively sloped curve? Because demand and price are inversely related to each other. Now children, you all have done graphs in the junior classes and we know we have taken two axes. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. We plot demand in the x-axis and price in the y-axis. Now see, I have plotted this demand schedule here. First I have taken individual A, so first two column. At prices 10, 12, 14, 18, 10, 12, 14, 18, I have plotted the corresponding demand at 10, 5. I hope you remember all this, how to plot. At 12, 4. At 14, 3 units, 3 liters. And at 18, 2 liters. If I join all these points, these are the points. So if I join all these points, the locus of all these points will give me a downward sloping curve called the demand curve of individual A. Similarly, when I plot the demand schedule of individual B, that is, I have taken price and again I have taken the demand for individual B and I have plotted it here just like the previous one. Again I will be getting 4 combinations, 4 points. At 10, 12, 14, 18, I will be getting 4 points. If I join them, I will be getting a downward sloping demand curve for B. And when I plot this market demand schedule, that is 10, 12, 14, 18 and the corresponding market demand of 9, 7, 5 and 3, then again if I plot here, say at rupees 10, what is the point I get? If I extend here, I get the point at rupees 10, this point. At rupees 12, I get 7. At rupees 14, I get 5. And at rupees 10, at rupees 18, I get 3. So children, see, I get 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I again join them, what do I get? I get a market demand curve DM. But if you see, The individual demand curves are relatively steeper than the market demand curve, which is much more flatter. So the market demand curve DM is much more flatter than the individual demand curves. Why? Because this individual demand curve is obtained by the horizontal summation of the individual demand curve. Yes, this market demand curve is obtained by the horizontal summation of the individual demand curve. So, at rupees 10, here I have got 5 units. At rupees 10, here I have got 4 units. So, here at rupees 10, here I have got 4 plus 5, 9 liters of milk or 9 units. That is why the market demand curve is a much more flatter curve than the individual demand curves.